Okay, so we're back and we're going to put the graphic on the J panel. Now, a lot of you may ask yourself, why do you keep calling it the J panel? Because on the instruction manual for ARCADE1UP, the letter J is on there. Okay? So to me, I call that the J panel. Alright? And I'll always call it the J panel. People call it the controller filler. People can call it something else. I call it the J panel. Now this one I'm not going to wet because it's more wood and I don't want nothing to raise. I think too much water on the other one raised it a little, so I'm hoping it goes down a notch or not. But I'm not going to wet this one. This one we're going to dry install. And the graphic I picked for this was this right here. And the reason I picked this one was because this is his logo. He is considered and also it's like a bear. Yes, he's considered a bear, and this is his logo. So what I did was I found this online and I put it together on Photoshop, and it's a dancing bear with music. Now this might fall right where the amp goes, but that's fine. We want it to. This has got music on it. This is where her volume control and everything is. So I think it looks good. I kind of love it. You know, it's perfect. It's a perfect setting. So what we're going to do is we're going to line this one up on the bottom. And we're going to tape it up. And then we're probably going to have to cut along the top and edge, because I really don't want to cut any of these sound bars on the graphic. So I'm going to take another piece of blue tape and we're going to tape this tape on there sideways, so we got more. And then I'm going to line it up at the bottom, but I'm going to edge it up on the edge so that everything seems a little even to the eye. I don't want to cut his name on the right and his bear on the left. So what we're going to do is I'm going to eye it up. Looks like I'm going to need less than a ½ inch on both ends. Alright. Tape that bad boy up. And it's there and it's not moving. And like I said, I'm going to dry install this. So I'm not going to be wetting anything. Just dry installing it so that it's perfect on there. And from what I'm looking at in the back, he will be falling against the amp, which is fine as long as we don't cut him off completely. I would have there was a mix-up when I did this image. I put it on the wrong template for Arcade Graphix. So he did fix it for me, but I made the mistake and I'm paying for it because I wanted the bear a little higher, but that's fine. It's fine. We're gonna see how it looks. So we're gonna take that off and we're gonna start by flipping the image over and peeling the bottom. Okay. I'm probably doing this the wrong way. If you guys think so, leave a comment. You know, let me know what I'm doing wrong. Like I said, this is still new to me, and this is like the second cabinet that I've done a full graphic on. A full graphic kit. So I'm gonna bend this and I'm gonna fold this overlay over so that it's out of my way. There you go. Okay. Then we're gonna go back over and we're gonna have it sit on here nice and even. It already stuck. So I'm gonna lift and I'm gonna put this side in Line it up as close to the edge of the cardboard or the wood panel that I can. Oh, we gotta raise that one there. Shit. Excuse my language. Come on, buddy. Work with me. I don't want to raise the wood. I don't want to get it to stick that it messes up the wood. I think we got it. Lined up perfect there. Oh, yeah. Yucky, yucky. We're going to line it up here on this end. This one's a little bit more difficult. Maybe I did something wrong. Let me see. What am I doing? Should I start it at the edge? Probably should have started at the edge. Got that one on. Boom. Okay, that was good. Let's try to get this side on. Come on, buddy. Work with me, work with me. You know, guys, I have very bad eyes. So let me get my magnifying glasses here. Okay. Let's see how we're looking at now. Alright, now I can see better. And I can raise this a little. And put it on the edge where it belongs. There you go. Got it on the edge. Woo! That was some hard work there, buddies. But I got it. Okay, now we can start by going up with the back setup and just laminate this up. Put the rest of the graphic on. I'm gonna use my finger as I go across left and right, making sure there's no bubbles, hopefully. You know, I think I'm doing a good job. Raising it, pushing it with my fingers, having the graphic feel soft and smooth through my fingers. I think we're getting it. There you go. There you go. We're gonna fill in the holes now that I gotta pass through, and we're gonna cut those out with the X-Acto knife. Some of those we may have to punch it through with the with a puncher, but that's okay. We're gonna sacrifice the bear a little with some holes, poor thing, but it's okay. It's for the cause. All right. We're doing better with my hand. Like I'm doing much better with smoothing it out with my fingers than I did with the squeegee. Alright. And I keep thinking there's razors in it, but it's not. It's just the holes that have to be cut. It's looking really good. Some of the imperfections are the holes for the screw, the hole for the amp. Oh, what is that? What happened there? Oh, crap. Got a little messed up there. That's okay. I forgot also the plate for the amp will be going on here, so it will cover some of the image. I mean, I've seen people do it without the plate. Well, when I first got my idea, the gentleman that did it without the plate. But I like being able to know what, you know, I like the look of it. I like the way it looks. Let's leave it at that. I don't want to change anything just to sacrifice an image. But it looks good though. The dry install was a little better. Scary because you still see the imperfections, but like I said, some of these imperfections are the screws and the holes that the holes for the screws that I have to do. But see, like that one and that one. Oh, we're gonna lose an ear there. Gonna lose some of his belly, some of his leg. What we got here? Another part of his leg. That's not bad though. Most of him is gonna be there. I like this white. This white really pops. I think it's so good. There you go. And we're done. Dry installed. Way easier. I guess it's easier because it's a smaller piece. Way easier. Okay, we're going to take that piece off. The tape. You want to peel away. When you're taking tape, don't peel up with the image. Peel down so that it's going still against the wood. Okay? You're not messing the wood up. You're not messing the image up. You're still going the way it's supposed to be. There you go, guys. It's a little raised here, but that's okay. Still is good. I probably could fix that, but I'm afraid to be honest, because once this thing sticks, it's very hard to take off. Oh, there it goes. It's coming right up. Let me see. Okay. So let's see if I can get it to sit further down. Easy. I don't want that to do any damage to the wood. Let me see. Let's see if we can get it to go down. Where you at? Down, buddy, down. Easy. And make sure it's going to go back on the edge. It's scary, guys. You don't want to ruin it. There you go. Alright, I got it closer to the edge. So let's peel a little bit here and work our way up. Oh, don't want it to come off. This is a little scary, guys. Very intimidating. This is very intimidating. You don't want to, like, I've done this I've done this on my cabinet, and what happened was it raised the wood and the thing, and I had to put some glue down so that it stayed down. Oh crap. Don't stick. Stay down. There you go. Let's go. Yeah, just rub right up. Alright. We got it down on the bottom edge. Whew, that was scary, guys. I'm not going to deny that. That is a scary feeling. When you hear that ripping sound, you want to make sure your wood is not raising up with it. But Tyler did some great work with this, and his product quality of it is so good. There you go. That's pretty good. I like it. Came out nice. And it's perfect at the bottom of the edge. Alright guys. Now with the X-Acto knife, you're going to have to cut those holes out. Because you're definitely going to need that. So let's start with the edges first. So that nothing raises while you're working. Let me start with the edges. And just slide that knife right through the edge. There you go. You gotta have a good X-Acto knife to do this. Make sure your pieces are stuck somewhere so they're not stuck on you. Because I had a piece stuck on me while I was rolling back and forth. So make sure they're not stuck on you. Alright, so we're going to go here. Going to cut in there. What you want to do is you want to cut in there and just guide it out. And then go the other direction and guide it out too. I'm sorry that you guys are not able to see what I'm doing exactly here. You know, I can zoom in as much as I can, but it wouldn't be possible. Let me see that. There you go. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna glide in. You're gonna take the X-Acto knife and glide in through here, and hold that piece in an angle. And like I said, once you got that knife going, it'll cut. It'll cut right through. It'll keep cutting. It'll do a nice clean cut for you. Once you got the groove of it. There you go. Haha, that's amazing right there. That looks good. So that's one side. Okay. Same thing with this one. I cut in the middle. It's easier that way. Cut away. Cut one piece away towards you. There you go. Then you got that little groove in there, and you try to get that knife. Rub that knife against the edge of the blade, the wood, and just try to go down, nice and smooth. Try to get as close as you can to that wood. It might stick. You got to go back and forth. But once it goes right through. There you go. You may have a little pieces. That's fine. There you go. I think that's good. That's perfect. So now you got the edges cut off. You got everything lined up. You got everything good. Now you want to cut these holes. Okay? Your best way to do this is to feel the hole in there. Like push the graphic within the hole. Okay? Make that indentation. Okay? Take your fingers and make that indentation for every hole. Okay? So that you can see visually what you're doing. And I'm going to do the big ones first because they're much easier. What you're going to do is you're going to take your X-Acto knife. Okay? And you're going to go in there. And you're going to cut around. I've probably done this on another video. But since this is my daughter's cabinet project, I want to still continue to teach of what I want to do. So you're going to rub around the wood. That X-Acto knife has to be super sharp. And there you go, you got your first circle up. And everything else around the edges doesn't matter because the button will hide that. The button will hide that flaw, so don't worry about that. We're going to cut some of this bear's ear off, unfortunately, because it fell where the ear is. But that's okay. It's for the cause. There you go. We got that one out. Okay? Nice clean edge. Nice clean cut. Let's do the two big buttons. These are actually the coin and the R2 buttons. So let's cut the other side. I'm doing is I'm rubbing the X-Acto knife against the wood. Okay, so we're back. I had to take a little break for a second, but I'm back. And we're going to finish up these holes. Panels, there looks like there's no bubbles whatsoever on this panel. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to finish up these holes. And again, like I said, have to have a good X-Acto knife. Please be very careful, they're very sharp. Do not hurt yourself trying to do this. Even though you should know what you're doing if you're doing this. But there you go. You got the front 3 holes, the front 4 holes for your buttons. Your coin button and your RS button. Now I'm going to do the holes for the amp. And I gotta use the real tip of the blade to get in there. And we're gonna unfortunately cut some of the bear, some of the logo, but it's all for the cause. Okay, just to get, you know, that amp in there. Don't worry about the look of the holes, because we're gonna, you know, it's gonna get all cleaned up once we put the panel on and all that. So let's do the next hole for the, if I'm not mistaken, that's the treble or the bass for the amp. Poor bear is getting all cut up here. Now I'm not going to spend the whole time in the video taking, you know, putting everything back together, such as the buttons and the amp. I will be taking breaks on that, because you guys already seen how I did that. So I'd rather show you the finished product when I get everything all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish these holes right here and set aside this panel, and then put the parts on it. Okay, and then we're gonna work on the controller panel, do the same thing, line up the graphics, and cut out the holes for that. There you go. So that's the circle for the main volume control for the amp. Poor bear got cut up. That's that. We're gonna punch in the holes for the screws for the amp. Then we get a hole puncher. Okay. Punch that in. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3, and that's 4. And that's about it for this. I mean, I cut out all the holes for the J panel with the J. Okay? Cut out all the holes for the amp, cut out all the holes for the buttons, and that's that. We're going to put this aside, and we're going to move on to the next part. And the next part, of course, is the control board. The controller board, control board, the joystick board, the button board, controller board. Now my daughter wasn't too fond of the Street Fighter, so we designed a design for that. Tyler is aware of the usage of this part of the ARCADE1UP. That means it gets used a lot. So, you know, he did the imaging and printed it on a matted finish. On a nice matted finish, and I like this. It feels good, it's textured, it's really nice, I like it. Let me show you something really cool, what I found on the internet, which was so funny. I kept some of the Graphix Street Fighter theme because it is a Street Fighter cabinet. So you'll see when I do the vinyl for the plexiglass. I kept that theme, and I just removed the pictures and put his picture. But you'll see. But what I found so cool was this image right here, and I swear to God, I did not make this image. I did not design this image. This image was online, and I think it was for one of his albums, not albums, but more like a street mix album, like the best of, and it's called the Best of Asuna Street Fighter Edition, which is pretty cool because this is Street Fighter cabinet, and I hope to hashtag this so that, you know, maybe he'll see it and be inspired to call my daughter. That'd be cool. That'd be so funny. But you never know. So with this, I'm gonna try to keep as much as I can without losing a lot. I may have to go over a little bit just to cut off the edges, because I don't want to try to do this edge per edge. It's gonna be way too difficult. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna line this up as best as we can. We're gonna put a piece of tape right here. Then I'm gonna flip it and try to get as much as I can from all around. And then I'm gonna fold this tape up and take it from there, because I want to even it out completely. There are no controls. We decided not to do any controls. It's very difficult to do, I guess, because I wasn't sure where they want to fall. You know, when I cut it out, I didn't want to ruin anything, so I left it blank, and we left it like that. So let's flip it over, and I'm gonna try to center it as best as I can so that I get an even amount of vinyl on everything, and try to get that in there, because I don't want to lose anything. I don't want to cut anything off that's gonna get cut. So we're gonna even this out as even as we can, and then we're gonna stick it on, and then we're going to cut and trim. So I got that piece on, and that's that for that. Okay, let's see how we did. Got that on there real good. We're gonna pull on that. Alright, we got most of the bear there. We got most of the bear here. I don't want to lose. Oh, we got more bear here than over here. So we may have to move a little. May have to move it a little. Let's go back. Take this piece out. Shift a little more. It would be nice if the backing had squares, you know, like wrapping paper has squares, so you know where to cut. That'd be cool. But beggars can't be choosy. You know, we're working with what we got. And if I wanted to be technical, I could just use a tape and try to even it out. But let's not do all that. That's unnecessary. Alright, so we got it there. Let's flip it again. Okay, so we flipped it. We're going to see what we got on both ends. I think we did good with the bear. The bear over here. I think we're looking good. Okay. I'm going to tape it 2 more times so that everything is helpful when I go to stick this. You know? Right there. Right there. let's flip it this way. Make sure we're even over here on the top. Pay attention to your tape. There you go. Okay. Now don't stick. Let's see how good we are on the top there. Give it a little pull. I think that's good. Take that. What you doing, buddy? Take that. There you go. And like I said, blue painter's tape does not harm any of this material. It is actually really good. Okay. So we're gonna flip that over. Not gonna wet this. We're gonna try to do a dry install again. I don't want to wet any of the wood. Let me blow some air on it. Make sure everything's cleaned out. Okay, so let me lift this up. And begin to install this. Maybe that's too much that way. Let's try. I'm a little intimidated, to be honest, guys. Let's try to tape this here and do side by side. Let's do a side at a time. That's what I would do. I think that would be best. There we go. Kept that in place. Looks pretty even around. Let's see. Let me check. Can't move it anyway. There you go. Okay. So what we're gonna do is, since I taped the middle, I'm gonna do one side at a time. I'm gonna take this side off and work that way. It's a little intimidating doing this, so let's try to do it very, very carefully. I could bend this. I think if I get some cut in there, if I could get it split open, I could cut it open. Like that. Alright. Let's bend this. Maybe I can get the scissors in there and cut that out. Be nice. I'm afraid to put the X-Acto knife in there because I might puncture it in. Let me see. Yeah, I'm a little scared of doing that. So I'm afraid I might puncture the actual image. So I'm trying to see if the scissors, since it has a curve in it, I can get that in there. No, not even. So let's try that again. Try again with the X-Acto knife, very slowly. Try to cut my way through. You know, very carefully. Don't want to puncture anything. I mean, Taylor does it so good on his site. I know I should be following his directions, but he does it so easy. So, I guess when you have experience doing this over and over, it becomes like so easy. Alright, let me just trying to rip myself a little groove here. Ugh, making a mess. Let's see. Okay, maybe not. Let's try this side. There we go. Guess that would be easier. It's almost there, guys. This is not as easy as it looks. I mean, I'm sure I'm doing it all wrong and my technique is horrible. But, you know, let's see what we can do. Alright, so I got it off. I'm going to bend this back. And I'm going to apply it. I got some stuff on there. I'm going to apply it on, hopefully we can get that cut off. Alright, let's go. So we're going to apply it. Let me cut some of this off so it doesn't leave any hairy residue. Okay, so we're going to apply one side and we're going to go slowly. This vinyl is very thick, so it's going to stick very well. I don't think this will give as much bubbles as the other one. Unless I don't know what I'm doing, which I don't. Finger rubbing it. Sticking on very, very well. There you go, guys. Try not to leave any type of crease. He's falling perfectly on the image, on the board. Nothing's getting left out where it's going to get cut off. Nice. We have a couple of wrinkles there, but that's because of the paper on the other side. We're going to remove this tape and do the other side. Right, to be able to cut real good. Okay. Let's remove the tape. Some of this garbage. Let's remove the tape on this side. Okay. And let's stick this there. Let's fold it over. We have a crease here. Actually, I have to take the whole thing off, huh? I don't know what I'm doing here. So let's take this off and this. There we go. And bend over and start all the way over here. This vinyl is so good. I mean, it sticks so well. Like, it's intimidating to the sense that once you get it on there, you can't expect to get it off. So please do it very slowly. Please do it better than what I did. You know? Let's get all this in there. Take this tape off. Okay. Might have to rub there a little harder. It's very intimidating in the sense that I don't know what's behind the vinyl. That it leaves a little mark or a bump or anything. See, like there's something right behind this. I don't know what it is. I'm afraid to peel because it's gonna damage. Actually, a piece of leftover paper. See, you gotta be careful not to let the paper leave out some residue, like hold, like hair from the paper, and it's probably because I cut it wrong. So I'm moving it a little further out. It's really hard to get off, so I'm moving it a little further out. Hopefully it'll fall somewhere where I gotta cut the hole. So there you go. That's a little better. There you go. Okay, I have something there. I don't know if I can get that out. That's a lot. That's a lot in there. Got a little bump right here. Let me see if I can peel this to that area. It's very, very strong vinyl. Like it sticks to the point that it's very, very strong. And you have to be careful. Have to be cautious. I mean, it does leave bubbles. If you don't, look at that. I still didn't even reach the area where I'm trying to find what piece that is. I'm trying to find what that is right there. Is that it? Yeah, that's it right there. I don't know what it was. There's something there. I don't know. It's not on the wood. It's on the paper. I don't know what it is, but it's on the paper. It's like a little bump right there. I don't know. This thing is so slow. Damn it. This one's more intimidating than anything. This is a little harder. I think this part would be easier with two people. Someone that can hold the board while the other person is trying to lay it out. This thing is kicking my butt. It's definitely kicking my butt. And the funny thing is, guys, is I'm putting an overlay over this to keep it clean and protect it. I'm trying so hard. It does. I won't lie, guys. It does make bubbles. It's very It's very strong and very, very, very aggressive to put on. It does make bubbles, so you have to be very careful. This is a two-man project. Some of these are very hard to put. I am definitely going to put the side panels with my wife, because it is a two-man project. When I did mine, it was very, very hard to do, very scary. You see, I'm getting bubbles in certain areas, and I'm trying to get them out. And I don't want to keep raising it, because eventually it is going to rip the original artwork and just not stick at all. So I don't want to keep raising it. I'll just rub it off as much as I can. You know, even doing this, I'm making it harder to get off. You see, right now it just sat there, and it's hard to lift it, and I don't want to do that. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I'm gonna bring it down. It doesn't have that many noticeable bubbles. It's pretty minute, you know. And I'm putting an overlay on this so it stays nice and neat. You see? And I forgot about the speaker holes. I gotta cut those out. I forgot about those. So I forgot I gotta get into that. Well, here we go, guys. We're almost at the end. There you go. Pretty neat. I like it. Let me get this out the way. Couple of little bubbles, nothing major. I tend to what I tend to do sometimes when I get a bubble like that, I just punch a little hole in it with like a pin or something. Could even do it with the X-Acto knife, and the bubble goes away. You see? And it's not noticeable. You know, make a nice little pinhole. You see, I got a couple of them right here. Make a pinhole. Just push right into the wood, and it goes away. There you go. There you go, right away. Okay, guys. Now we're looking at this really nice. Great work, great work. I gotta cut out the speaker holes. Oh my God, I forgot all about those. So I'm gonna have to figure out how the hell am I gonna do that. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I'll probably have to stick a hole through the other side so I know where they at. That one, that one, that one, that one. Ow! Stabbed myself. Really smart. That one. There you go. I got all of them there. There you go. Got them all. I think I got them all. This one. Look right here. You didn't look right. Alright, so we got them all. And then you gotta do the holes for the buttons and the controls. So I'll probably speed this video up a little, guys, so you guys are not sitting there watching me do this. Okay, so we finished the controller board, and I cut out all the holes. I put the vinyl on. I have to say the hardest thing about cutting out the holes is the speaker part. You got to do all those little holes one by one, as well as the screw holes. But I cut out the control holes, and everything seemed to be perfect. All I got to do is put back the buttons and the board for the buttons, as well as the joysticks, and there will be a ARCADE1UP overlay on this. I did buy that for this, and it'll be nicely covered and cleared. So that's it for this. We're gonna move on to the next part, which I think is gonna be the marquee. I'm gonna try to do the marquee. I'm gonna take it off and put the marquee vinyl on that, and then I'll do the side panels with my wife and get that done. I'll be back. Okay, so I took out the marquee, and I took it out completely for the simple fact that, one, I put LEDs on it, so I needed to be able to move it around without everything messing up. So I took it out completely. And two, I wanted to put the vinyl on there perfect with no problem. So I took the whole thing off. Second thing I did was I removed the original Championship Street Fighter sticker. It wasn't that hard. It left a little residue. This is what I was talking about earlier when I did the side of the cabinet. It does split in half. You have Graphix as well as some extra vinyl, so that if you get lucky on the side and you could strip it and keep that other vinyl on there, then you're good. You'll have like a white cabinet. But I did take out the Street Fighter. I might just cut this up and put it on my little refrigerator there, so I don't throw it out. But yeah, it wasn't important to keep. We're gonna put a new one. This is the new marquee vinyl there, and I wanted to make sure I put it on right with no issues. So like I said, I took everything off. It did leave a little residue. There, and okay, so I got some more Bounty, and I'm going to spray this a little bit more with some more alcohol. Try with a new napkin that's not so oily. That's not even oily. Clean this off, and there you go. Brand new, fresh. Oh my God, the board looks brand new. Like if I just picked it off the showroom. Still a little bit of residue on there, but that's okay. It's not sticky, so now we can manipulate the graphic. Alright? We can manipulate the graphic a little, and then be able to stick that on there. Let's blow some air on there to get some of the particles out of here. There you go. Let's get back that image. Where did I put it? Right there. Nice. Now we're going to put that bad boy on here. See, now we can move it. Okay. And we're going to try to center this bad boy up. Looks pretty good. Something I snagged off Google. Then we can even it out just by getting it one spot in the other. Let me get a piece of blue tape. And we gotta make sure we got it on the right position, because if not, I'm going to be upset. Alright, so there's the blue tape on there. Let's try to get this even on here. It's very, very, very difficult to see this visually. I'll try to even it out. Okay. We got it there. We got it there. Gotta pick it up. I think it's pretty decent. That's it. Taped it up real good. Right there. Right there. It looks good. I think I did a good spunking job. Alright. Got some gooey stuff on my hands. Let me put a piece of tape on the top. And then we're going to do the same thing we did with the controller board. We're going to do half and half. So we got this in here. Come on, buddy. Hey, we got this in here. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna fold it in there. There you go. Got it the right position. Right there. Alright. For some apparent reason, there's some gooey residue sticking to the vinyl, and I think it's got to do with it got all over the place. Lucky it's cleanable. Come on. Put a little bit of alcohol on it. I think it's stuck on the thing I'm working on. But anyway, let's clean it off. Alright, let's get this started. Still, what the hell is it coming from? Looks like little boogers. I'll clean it up. Let's just get this on here. Alright, so we're going to bend this open. Let's try to get the razor blade in there so we can get some of the vinyl open. There you go. That was quick. Open it up. Make a little bubble. Let's cut this up. Get the scissors in there. And we start peeling this way. We're going to dry, install, and already we have something that was going to give us problems. Damn it. This residue is everywhere. Trying to clean it off. And I gotta get it off because I can't move it to a hole because there's no cutting any here except the edges, but that's just trimming it. Oh, damn it. There you go. Okay, we're good. So here we go. We're going to bend this way, and we're going to start installing. There we go. Move everything out the way. Let's see what we're doing here. Little by little. Start installing. Start sliding. This is a dry install. The vinyl is getting all gooey. I think my hands has some of the residue on me, but I'll wipe it down once I'm done. There you go. Drying it up real nice. No bubbles. Just a little residue on the vinyl itself, but like I said, I could clean it off. There you go. And then something I trapped there. Okay, so I finished it up, cleaned it up a little bit with the Goo Gone. Made it a little shiny. It's got some bubbling in there, but it's because of the image. It's because of the wood in the background. I could probably go through it and pop each every hole and just force it down, but it's just redundant. Looks really nice, to be honest. Now I gotta put the this piece back in. A couple of the wood dolls broke, so I have to replace them. I don't know how that happened, so I'm gonna replace that in a second. Clean it up a little bit with some alcohol. Keep some of that gooey stuff off. There you go. I think it looks really good. Gonna put it back on the cabinet and replace it. I think it looks really nice. I think it pops real nice. Alright, so after this I have to put in the side panels. So I'll do that soon. I probably won't videotape that. It's going to be a tedious task. I don't want to mess that up and get a lot of bubbles on that. So I'll probably just do it and then put it together. Alright, so we'll see you in the next one.